So specifically with respect to sales, the ultimate goal of any tool focused on improving knowledge and skills is to be timely, relevant, and specific. And that's where Balto comes in. We went from agents having to remember where to search for answers, then searching for answers, and then pivoting what they don't quickly find answers, which ultimately impacts call time, customer service, and their sales opportunities. To now, using Balto, agents get what they need and at the precise time that they need it. So back to the goals, effectiveness and timely access to information and a successful outcome, at least a higher chance of a successful outcome. And then when we think about auditing calls for accuracy on sales process and underwriting guidelines, today we sample 4 out of 400 calls per month that an agent takes, which is a very small sample of our overall volume. With Balto listening to all calls, we get a much clearer picture of agent behavior, which allows us to quickly identify areas of opportunity and impact overall agent performance much faster. So those are the last 2 bullets there. Yeah, thanks. So another area of benefit is around confidence. Regardless of what you're selling, there are always more than a few things to focus on. For the sales agent, you've got the sales process itself. You want to adhere to the sales process. You've got active listening and getting to know the client. So you want to make sure that the sales agents are listening to what they're being told versus just being sort of robotic. And then probing and get to know their clients so they can provide better service. And then ultimately uncovering what the client needs and what they are really calling about. I don't want to say more often than not, but what's typical happens is someone's calling about something, but what they really need is under the surface. So that's what Balto helps us to discover. Agents can get lost in that conversation. Balto sends them quick reminders on, for instance, underwriting requirements or steps of sales process to keep them on track. From an organizational standpoint, we're focused on things like increasing conversion at a macro level, agent retention, from employee morale. We want people to be successful, which would allow us to retain that employee and reducing the turnover rate. And then getting new hires up to speed and selling quicker, back to retention. Bring somebody on, the quicker you can make them successful, the more likely they're going to stay, the better their job satisfaction is. At the end of the day, it helps the overall organization, bottom line, top line, all of those things. And Balto allows us to scale quickly with consistency and serves as a reminder for agents of all the things they're required to do while on the phone. So go ahead. And then similar to what I just said, Balto also gives us the most of our organization's sales training and sales coaching by giving reminders and examples in real time to our agents. This allows them to have a better shot at converting into sales. It allows them to use sales techniques that work in the moment when it matters most with the clients, and then all while helping to build habits for future calls and behaviors around skills that stick. For example, we're finding overall as agents engage with Balto are naturally starting to ask more discovery questions throughout their calls, or a direct result of Balto coaching them, continuously coaching them on that aspect. Go ahead. So as the saying goes, what gets measured gets improved. Balto offers us visibility into what is going on with our agents, what they're saying most, and of those things, what's influencing the sales outcome more than others. This allows us to continually improve the information we enter into Balto and provide relevant information, relevant reminders and suggestions, and ultimately increase sales and the client experience. Go ahead. All right, so how do we do it? Admittedly, we've had some bumps along the way, but also a ton of fun finding new ways to engage users with Balto as we continue to scale within our sales organization. The phased rollouts were the biggest challenge because we have three major sales organizations. Each one is a little bit unique and was at a different place in the pilot process and had slightly different goals. For example, we rolled out one sales organization based on different parts of the sales process. So we rolled out the playbook, and we looked at the sales process, and we rolled out the discovery questions first. So we focused on the start of the call, then overcoming objections, and then finally focusing on the closing of the call. Another organization, we rolled out our required statements. So that was more, what are the requirement statements from a regulatory perspective that we need to say on that call? So we rolled that out first. And then the third, we attempted to roll out during the busiest season. So instead, we shifted to engaging agents with Balto using just notifications and creating content based on usage. So it was a little bit lighter because we're in busy season. We don't cause too much disruption, but we still felt that Balto could provide some benefits. So we called it it was kind of funny. We called it a no-no contest, where they were awarded based on triggering the least amount of negative notifications. For instance, I don't think I do it, but a lot of people say, I don't know, without even realizing they're saying it. So Balto can actually listen for that and provide a notification that says, you said I don't know. Instead of saying I don't know, say, I'm not sure, let me look into that, or something to that effect. So you're basically working those negative content out of the conversation. Over time, it's amazing. People are no longer saying I don't know, and that's what the contest was all about. So that was pretty successful as well. So through all this, I also want to point out one thing. Service matters. Without a doubt, service matters. And that's not just the service that we're providing to our customers, but also the service that Balto provides to their customers, namely being us. The Balto team's been very consultative, responsive, and has demonstrated genuine care for our business success. They've been there along the entire journey, and they're still there. They've been extremely supporting, not only during our integration, training, and initial launch, but they continue to be so as we expand into an enterprise launch.